Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 30th of May 2023. Let's start with our session. City of Dead is a UNESCO World Heritage Site situated in which particular country? So this is a 7 kilometers long UNESCO World Heritage Site that is situated in the country Egypt. Basically, it is a series of vast Islamic era cemeteries in Cairo. Okay, and as part of a government initiative, now authorities are digging their way through this site for a highway project. But several historians and the volunteers have come together to stop the demolition of this historic site. That's why this site was in news. And it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So that's why it is quite important for your examination, and the venue is Egypt. Now you would have heard about the Sendai framework. Can you tell me it is associated with which particular field? So SFDRR means the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction focuses on 3 dimensions of disaster risk. The first one is exposure to hazards. Then second is vulnerability and capacity. And the third one is characteristics of hazard to minimize the risk and increase the resilience. Okay. So a high level meeting of the midterm review of this Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction was held recently at the headquarters of United Nations recently. Fine. So this is associated with disaster risk reduction. Next is the Gains Startup Challenge was launched by which particular institution? So what is the full form of Gains here? It is GRSE, Accelerated Innovation Nurturing Scheme. Okay. And it is associated with GRSE means Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers. They have launched this Gains scheme in Kolkata recently. And aim is to encourage the startups to develop innovative solutions toward technological advances in shipbuilding. And focus areas are, for example, artificial intelligence, renewable energy and energy efficiency. Fine. So the Gains Startup Challenge is associated with GRSE, and the full form of GAIN is GRSE, Accelerated Innovation Nurturing Scheme. Next is the US signed a defense cooperation agreement with which particular country? So US and Papua New Guinea have recently signed a defense cooperation agreement, and it will enhance the country's defense capabilities, and it would make it easier for the US to train its forces, right? So recently US and Papua New Guinea have signed a defense cooperation agreement. Now also recently, scientists have found the first ever genetic detection of wolf-dog hybridization in India. Okay, and according to the researchers, wolf-dog hybridization can cause a decline in the wolf population. And now the researchers pressed the need to upscale the conservation efforts through tracking, monitoring, examining the prey base. Fine. So you can be asked that scientists have found the first ever genetic detection of wolf-dog hybridization in which particular country? So answer would be India. Mount Etna, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which particular country? So Mount Etna is in news these days because recently it has been started erupting, and it is Europe's most active volcano, and it is situated on the eastern coast of Sicily near Catania city in Italy. So Italian authorities have declared that the new eruption on Mount Etna was officially over and there were no injuries. Fine. So Mount Etna belongs to the country Italy. Next is Rayana Barnavi, who was seen in the news recently, is associated with which particular field? So don't forget that she is the very first Arab woman astronaut to go to the space as a part of Saudi Arabia's first space mission, right? And she is part of a team which recently went to the International Space Station in a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida. Okay, so Rayana Barnawi is associated with astronomy, and she is the very first Arab woman astronaut to go to a space as a part of Saudi Arabia's space mission. Fine. Next is, which Union Ministry announced the Panch Karma Sankalp? So Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Mr. Sarbanand Sonowal, recently announced the Panch Karma Sankalp at the ministry's second Chintan Shivir held in the state of Kerala. Okay, so it includes 5 major announcements, which are, for example, to provide 30% financial support for the promotion of green shipping. Then Deen Dayal Port, which is quite important. Then there is Tuticorin, which is to be developed as the green hydrogen hub, etc. Fine. So Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways is associated with this Panch Karma Sankalp. Now you would have heard about Monpa handmade paper making art, right? So this is a 1000 years old traditional art that originated from Tawang in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. And for the last 100 years, this handmade paper industry had almost disappeared from the state, and that's why Khadi Village and Industries Commission is now playing a crucial role in reviving this particular art. Okay, so you can be asked that Monpa handmade paper making art originated from which state or the union territory. So answer would be Arunachal Pradesh. In which city the Jangarna Bhavan was inaugurated? So this Bhavan was inaugurated recently by our Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi. So it is the office of the Registrar General and the Census Commissioner of India. Also, he launched a web portal for the birth and the death registration and upgraded SRS mobile application with geofencing and the web portal for online sale of census publications. Okay, not only this, also he released census compendium from 1981 to upcoming census. Fine. So Jangarna Bhavan has been inaugurated in New Delhi. Now can you tell me what is the name of the central program that is launched to promote artificial intelligence in India and beyond? So the name of this program is India AI, right? It is a central program that has been launched to promote artificial intelligence in India and beyond. So National AI Portal is a joint venture between Ministry of Electronics and IT, NASSCOM and NEGD. Okay, and 7 working groups that have been set up under this program are expected to submit their recommendations for a comprehensive framework governing various aspects of AI in the near future. So the name of this particular program is India AI. Which Indian city is placed among the top 3 data center markets in the Asia Pacific region? So Data Center Q1 2023 report was released recently by the international property consultant Knight Frank. And as per the report, Mumbai, which is India's commercial capital, carries a capacity of 2,337 megawatt, and it has been placed among the top 3 data center markets in the region. Then Shanghai has topped this list with a capacity of 2,692 megawatt, and then at second it is Tokyo with capacity of 2,575 megawatt. Now apart from it, which institution will launch the ONDC Academy? So this academy will be launched by the Open Network for Digital Commerce to raise awareness about the various processes and to train the network partners. So purpose is to develop a robust ecosystem of certified buyers, sellers and the logistic network partners across the country. Fine. So you can be asked that Which institution will launch this ONDC Academy? Obvious answer is ONDC itself, and the full form is Open Network for Digital Commerce. Machilipatnam Port Project was launched recently by which Indian state? So this project was launched recently by the government of Andhra Pradesh, and the outlay is 5,156 crore rupees. So the construction of the port is scheduled to be completed in the next 2 years, and it would have an initial cargo capacity of 35 million tons. Fine. So this project is the initiative of Andhra Pradesh government. Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary is located in which Indian state? So once again the answer is Andhra Pradesh, and this wildlife sanctuary is located near Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. And why it is in news? Because Barkulia limbless skink has been spotted recently at this wildlife sanctuary, and it is a small reptile which is known for its unique limbless body and adaptation capability. Fine. So this wildlife sanctuary lies in Andhra Pradesh. Which state is set to build the Maharana Pratap Lok? So this will be built by the government of Madhya Pradesh, and it would be constructed in its Bhopal city. So it will be set up in the memory of Rajputa king of Mewar, Maharana Pratap, and also Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh has declared that his birth anniversary would be a holiday in the state from now. Okay. Who is the current Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh? Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Which state or the union territory launched the Mukhyamantri Tirth Darshan Yojana? So this is one of the flagship scheme of Madhya Pradesh government, and it facilitates the senior citizens of any religion to visit the religious places of his or her choice on the state government expenses. Okay. And recently the Madhya Pradesh state became the first state in the country to send the elderly people on pilgrimage by air under the scheme. Okay. So Mukhyamantri Tirth Darshan Yojana belongs to Madhya Pradesh government. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with our revision session, in which we are doing the April month current affairs revision series, and this is the last part and the final part in the series. So today we'll be winding up the session by covering the questions from 226 up to question number 240. Assam signed an agreement for settlement of interstate boundary dispute with which Indian state? So the governments of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh have signed this agreement for the settlement of an interstate boundary dispute between the two states, and it will finally end the dispute related to 123 villages along the border. And after the agreement, a detailed survey is to be carried out by the Survey of India to determine the boundaries of both the states. Which country is the host of the multinational air exercise INEOCOS 2-3? This is a multinational air exercise which is to be hosted by the Hellenic Air Force at the Andravida Air Base in Greece. And why it is important? Because India's Air Force has participated in this exercise for the very first time. Which union ministries are associated with the 100 Food Streets initiative? So two ministries are associated with it: Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So they have basically requested the states and the union territories to develop 100 food streets in 100 districts across India, and this initiative seeks to ensure hygienic and safe food practices among the food businesses and the community members. Telios 2, that was launched as the primary satellite of PSLV, belongs to which country? So this is a satellite of Singapore, and it was developed under a partnership with DSTA, that represents the government of Singapore, and ST Engineering. The Vote from Home initiative has been introduced for the first time in the assembly elections of which Indian state? So Vote from Home initiative was introduced for the first time in Karnataka assembly elections by the Election Commission of India, and this procedure was chosen to facilitate the people who are above 80 years of old or the people with disabilities. As per the first census of water bodies, what percentage of water bodies are in rural areas? So for the first time in the history of India, the Ministry of Jal Shakti has conducted the first ever census of water bodies across the nation. And as per the census, 24.24 lakh water bodies have been found to be present in the country, out of which 97.1% are in rural areas and only 2.9% are in urban areas. And top 5 states in terms of number of water bodies are West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Assam. Okay. So what percentage of water bodies are in rural areas? Answer would be 97.1%. Hakki Pikki is a tribe of people living in which state or the union territory? This is a tribe that predominantly lives in the state of Karnataka, and these are endogamous community and they speak a particular language called as Wagri Buli. Okay, so basically it is a nomadic tribe who hunted the birds. And why they are in news? Because recently 108 Hakki Pikki community people are said to be stuck in the country Sudan, and Indian government has launched an operation also named as Operation Kaveri to evacuate the Indian citizens from the country Sudan. Yerevan is the capital city of which country? So it is the capital city of Armenia, and the first trilateral political consultation between the foreign affairs ministries of the 3 countries, that is India, Iran and Armenia, was held recently in Yerevan, which is the capital of Armenia. As per a recent study, a protein called shugosin gives the shape to which structure? So a new study has found that a protein called shugosin locks the chromosomes into X shape to give them their structure, and the protein's function is to maintain the stability of chromosomes during the cell division. So this protein shapes to chromosome. When is the Civil Services Day celebrated? Every year. So we observe this day every year on 21st of April, and it highlights the achievements and the contributions of civil servants in India. So that's why this day is important. Which international association has approved the Markets in Crypto Act? Answer would be European Union. So European Union Parliament has recently approved the Markets in Crypto Act, and this new legislation seeks to minimize the risk for consumers who are buying the crypto assets and to ensure the regulation of the cryptocurrency. What is the term that denotes the difference between incoming and outgoing solar radiation? The difference between the two is known as earth energy imbalance. Okay, this is the difference between incoming and outgoing solar radiation, and it is an indicator of climate change because it provides an estimate of how much or how fast and where the earth temperature is increasing. Which union ministry organized the Sagar Kavach exercise? So Defence Ministry has organized this exercise where off the coast of Kerala to evaluate potential threats from the sea and examine the preparedness level of the coastal security agencies by simulating real-time threat and contingencies. So this exercise involved deploying various coastal security apparatus of Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard and other type of maritime security agencies. Which institution has prepared the white paper on gearing up to solve food security challenges? This is Atal Innovation Mission. Safe Kerala project, which was launched recently, aims to minimize what? So the state government of Kerala launched this project to minimize the number of on-road accidents and prevent traffic violations in the state. So as a part of this project, artificial intelligence based cameras will be used to identify the traffic violations and impose the fines. Okay. So with this, we are done with our April month current affairs revision, and tomorrow will be 31st of May and we will take a rest for one day. After that, from 1st of June, we will start our new revision series. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide, you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, And please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Hadsana signing off.